feel you understand me. Decide what you want, and then I will make it real with me. Don't say time to go. No, I know you got something to spare. We've been fighting feeling when it's obvious that we both care. So take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me into orbit. Oh, send me into orbit. Your eyes tell the truth, baby. I could just get lost in them. Sorry, yeah, if I stare as we stand face to face again. Yes, I'm pretty shy, but you make me so outspoken. I'm filled without words, waiting not to talk with you. To the moon, wanna be with the stars.
Peace, everybody. Good evening. It's good to be back. Like, when I take days off, it be feeling like forever. Even like doing lives and things of that nature. So it's good to be back. You know, when I take days off, I'm always experiencing, always studying. And when I do come back, I want to come back with a lot of positive energy, or a lot of verifiable energy, or a lot of applicable knowledge and things of that nature. I'm the Hood Mystic, representing www.hoodmystic.com, and on this channel I really deal with knowledge and applicable things. I know the things that I talk about in the symbolism, or maybe a lot of different people who are in this realm, they deal with a lot of like magic, in a sense of like, you know, doing the unthinkable, or doing the impossible, or doing a spell to get a lover and things of that nature. But you know, I'm not that type of person. You know, I'm kind of different, and you got to really get to know me, kind of get into the vibe. Another couple of things I want to talk about before we get into this build. One thing I want to talk about is the creation of leaders. Another thing that I do on this channel, I don't really have followers and people who are into my channel because, you know, I'm such this cool guy and I got this wonderful personality. I'm really trying to inspire souls and soul development, personal development, self-development, and really attuning human beings to their souls. That's my #1 goal with this channel and with this content. And lastly, another thing that I want to talk about before we get into this new moon is the Patreon family. I'm so grateful for y'all and so thankful for y'all. And thanks for being patient with me. I've been really working on this new moon content, and so with that being said, after I get off this live, I'm gonna, you know, really get to those new moon readings and really take my time with them and put the effort and energy in the clear path and really giving people some insight for the month. So I'm really appreciative to the Patreon family. Once again, man, y'all are so dope. You know, month after month, y'all show up, and you know, it's only $1 a month, but shit, you know, I appreciate that dollar. Like, you know, I'm extremely grateful, and maybe I haven't said that recently, and so I just had to kind of take a moment and really express my gratitude to everybody on the Patreon family, because y'all don't have to do that. And you know, it's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and y'all really fuck with me, and I really fuck with y'all, and you know what I'm saying. very much excited and happy about where we're moving with this energy in my personal life, in my professional life, and my life in general. And so maybe you're not feeling that positive energy, or maybe you are, but you know, that's what we're here to talk about. This new moon is this video is referenced from an article that I written earlier today that I published on my website, www.hoodmystic.com, and I encourage everybody to visit that website and check out the article. You can use it as a read-along, because I'm going to be using it as a read-along, and we can kind of be on the same wavelength and understand what I'm saying without losing track. Or, you know, after this video, you can read it afterwards. So the content that I'm saying in this video will be more impactful when you see it in the written form. This is what I've been doing with this channel since I started this channel. Really, this channel is to promote my writing and to promote my articles and to promote my website, because I feel that's more beneficial. You know, words last forever, and you know, I don't know, reading is really fundamental to changing your vibration. So what we're here for, the new moon in Sagittarius, 15 degrees of Sagittarius, in that realm where it's in the officialist realm. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the snake, where like the 13th sign, you know, this is a new moon in that area, 13 sign people. So this is really a magical time. When people ask me my opinion on the 13th sign or 13th sign astrology, you know, if I say that it wasn't valid, I would be an idiot. To not talk about it, I would be an idiot, because it is extremely valid and it is speaking to the energy. Now, we could say Sagittarius or we could say officialist, but we're really talking about the same energy, because what I also do on this channel is that I deal with Western astrology, but from a degree and deacon perspective, where I'm really using the creators of Western astrology and all the implements and the tools that come associated with Western astrology. Western astrology came after Vedic astrology. It came after 13 sign astrology, in a sense, where it's incorporating all of that and making it simple and easily explainable to everybody. So it's very much of using what's already there and putting a system behind it that we can begin to talk about. So the concept of the 15-degree mark of Sagittarius in Western astrology speaks to the concept of prospective. And prospective is not perspective. Perspective is, you know, a variety of different ways that a person could view a particular subject. A prospective is the likelihood of something to happen, and what vibration are you bringing into this new moon energy? Because another thing that's very key to understand about new moons that we constantly remind ourselves, I remind myself, that it's a time of setting intentions. And when you're dealing with a waning moon, it's really much of a dark time. It's really much of a time of letting go. And if we could understand this process, it would really help us in our real psychic development, because once we let things go, we're actually letting the truth radiate through our being. But the problem with this energy is holding on to particular vibrations and then bringing that negative vibration into a new moon and anticipating that. Like an example would be, if you feel like you want to break up with somebody, or you feel like the relationship is going to an end, then you bring that energy into a new moon. That's the energy that you manifest. Now, in relationships, and which I'm going to talk to, which I'm going to touch on, it's important to know that even when things come to the surface with this energy, it is to be dealt with. It is to be understood, so you don't go into the new moon with negative energy. An old wives' tale to this energy is simply you shouldn't go to bed angry when you're married. Like, whatever happens throughout the day, don't ever go to bed angry, because when you actually go to bed angry, you are bringing that, you are setting that intention. Because if we were gonna microcosm new moons, it would be when you're sleeping, like the dark moon, when you're not fully aware. But that's when you have the most magnetism, the most power, is when you're sleeping. You could very well go into a positive intention. We do it all the time, but sometimes we do it unconsciously, where we could literally go to sleep with an intention, wake up and deal with that energy that we went to sleep with. So this energy, that's just a microcosm to the macrocosm of December 7th. And really being able to project what we want to anticipate on a positive level. Because what is happening now is trying to set you up to have negative vibrations moving into this energy, so therefore you could manifest more of that bullshit. But if you're not really clear and cognizant of how people come at you or how they get at you, then you're gonna be none the wiser, and you might fall into the trap. So it's very much important to understand how things rise to the surface, and how jealousy can spill over, or how rumors can kind of come about, and they may be completely false. But you know, the thing about rumors is nobody fact checks rumors. Like, I literally had a rumor spread about me, right? Where a bunch of people was saying a whole bunch of shit about me, but not one person asked to like verify like my side of the story. Which I experienced it, it's my life. So of course it's a whole other side of the story that you might agree with, you might disagree with, but it's still my perspective. But nobody asked. It was generally like, oh, this rumor is lit, let me just go off of it. And to me, that's dangerous, because, you know, I've seen people, I've been much in a reflective state, you know, of how black men treat each other back and forth. You know, I've actually seen good people try to do their best in life, and envious people take their life away. And subconsciously, psychologically, that could fuck you up if you see the most successful people be the targets, the strongest people in the neighborhood be the targets, and you might not even want to bring that type of attention to yourself, because you might die. Like, you might not even want to be your best self, because it might kill you. And so, you know, as a black man, I'm really like thinking about that shit. Like, you know, I want to be successful, but I don't want people trying to tear me down either. Like, what is the balance, or what am I doing to bring this energy about? And so realizing that Sagittarius is all for bringing up the shit that you think that you over. It's all for bringing up the shit that you think that you've cleared yourself of. But the realization that I grew up in a fucking war zone is affecting me today, and I still need to heal that, or else I'ma limit my ability to be as successful as I possibly could be. And that's just from my perspective. See, the difference between a perspective and a prospective is, this is just something that I personally experienced, but prospective is understanding what's likely to happen. Generally, if you're dealing with negative energy, the negative energy isn't the energy that you really need to focus on. You need to really understand it as a challenge, as a test of to what you've actually been cultivating and creating. That's really showing like, okay, you know, is it gonna block you, or is it gonna really propel you? Is it gonna be a springboard? And it has the ability to be that. We could be so much wiser and so much better taking in our past experiences, and then realizing like, okay, I know what I need to do. And I know what I need to do, not because I'm out over here motherfucking lighting candles, burning herbs, and doing sacred dances to guys that I don't even know they last name or whatever the hell niggas be doing for manifesting shit. It's more or less about applicable knowledge that rests within you, and you can really anticipate shit because you know yourself. You know how you gonna conduct yourself. You know how you gonna carry yourself, and that is a place of integrity. I'm making plans about building, you know, an empire and building a successful conglomeration. But if I had, you know, character defaults and shit like that, then I wouldn't be able to lead. I wouldn't be able to be like, let's do this shit. Let's come together, let's do this shit, and we gonna take our time, but we gonna build this shit up, and it's gonna be something. I know that it's gonna happen because I know what I'm bringing to it. I know me. That's why I'm so pumped up. That's why I'm ready for this energy. And generally, that's really the only thing that's stopping us. Because we know how we can fall out, or we know how we can fall down and fall under. So this new moon just really is really speaking to some powerful energy. And for a second, let's take a step back and let's understand that within you is energy that you're not fully aware of. There's capabilities within you that you don't know that you can be capable of. And if you have an idea to say, I'm not this, or I've never been that, or that's really not my style, or that don't fit my personality, then you really need to check yourself. You really need to slow the fuck down, hold up, and realize that there is energy hidden within you that can rise to the surface. And I'm at the point now that if you tell me that you're not, I'm gonna tell you that you definitely are, because like and unlike are exactly the same. And I'm challenging all of my friends that I talk to on a personal level, because a lot of them is gonna be quick to tell me what they not gonna do or what they can't do. So I'm gonna say, how about you try to do that opposite thing? Pull that from within you, because they might fight me back when I say that. But then I gotta be like, well, shit. You see where I'm at. You see what I'm doing. And it's still 2018. It ain't even 2019 yet. We started doing the daily energy readings in July, cuz. And I've been motivated and grew at such a fast level that I can't really hear niggas in my inner circle be telling me what they can't do. As a leader, I can't be like, oh bro, you right. You can't be a public speaker. I be like, nah. Like, nah. If I'm speaking in public, nigga, everybody can speak in public. Everybody. And I can show you how, or I can show you why. It's different ways and different things that, you know, are available to us, and are we taking full advantage? And don't tell me what you not. Don't tell me what you can't. Because this energy also speaks to the courage to really embody that inner will, or that innermost, and that inner goal, or really falling short based upon the same old shit. The same old shit that you've been telling yourself for years, right? I'm not, I can't, I won't, that ain't, what? That ain't me. But then love to talk about your dreams, hopes, and ambitions. But it's going to take some risk. It's going to really take an embodiment of a spiritual will. Like the person that I think of that embodies or exemplifies that energy in real terms, like he's a walking spiritual force, is the dude down in Florida, Andrew Gillum. If you ever heard him speak, then you know what I'm talking about. But he really be on large stages and large platforms, and when they ask him like, what's your motivating force, he'd be like, well, this is bigger than me. Like, I'm just a person. I must have a spiritual force behind me that is getting me into these places. And a person like me is like, okay, I feel that he gets it, and that's where I need to get to. And it's the hidden force, it's this hidden power that's within all of us, that it really don't have much to do with the surface shit that we concern ourselves with on the daily. I just put this picture up here, but I just wanted to post, like, I was really paying attention to really that one in the corner where it says 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, the truth. Really speaks to new moon energy, where you have a sun moon conjunction, and the truth is what is really being portrayed. And as spiritual people, as scientists, as smart people, as people with brains that can logically think, you have to really be scientific with how motherfuckers is trying you. You gotta be really calculative and a mathematician how people is really playing you like Boo Boo the Fool. Cause it's not gonna go like that. So you have to know that it's not going to go like that, and continue moving and striving on, because you might be dealing with a level of luck. This energy speaks to luck. Luck can be bad or good, and luck is just a result. And dealing with Mars, you got to understand your luck. Like, luck to me is very spiritual, because I could be in spaces where the same shit is happening, and then I realize that it's something within me that I need to correct. Like, I used to be very clumsy. I used to, like, I was, in my mind, I would just be so paranoid about spilling stuff that naturally I spilled everything. I had to correct that. And so it didn't show, like, when I was doing all types of stuff. And the reality is, like, once I started dealing with myself internally, I never spilled anything. Like, I never thought about it no more. It wasn't that thing that really drove me to just be spilling stuff or to be quote unquote clumsy. But what I want to really talk about is this square from the new moon to Neptune and Mars. And what I did is created like a little table to really show or explain it in a way that, you know, maybe my words can't visually put it on paper. When explaining astrology and explaining aspects and explaining squares, because a square is very tricky. A square can manifest many different ways, so you got to investigate the squares in your chart, because generally if you can overcome a square, that's everything that your life ever wanted you to ever do, is to overcome an initial natal chart square. But in a transit sense, a square is empowering because it almost signifies an undeniable difficulty that you have to kind of reconcile within your being. And dealing with this square, we have a total of 4 planets, so that's more energy. And all 4 planets are masculine and feminine, whether you have the sun and moon in Sagittarius or whether you have Neptune and Mars in Pisces. They all represent masculine and feminine principles. So when you have masculine and feminine principles conjunct with the square, it's gonna be hard to Google what the fuck this shit mean, because nobody's really going to. Astrology is very understood when you're talking about planets and aspects, but then when you start talking about transits and you start talking about specific planets at degrees with a specific transit, that's when you become an astrologer, because then that's when you have to figure out what the hell does this shit mean, because I can't Google this shit. You understand what I'm trying to say? That makes sense? Okay, so this square in particular, in this transit, the negativity shows up almost instantaneously. I didn't start off with the planets on the table. I started off with the darkness, because before we deal with astrology, we live in a particular darkness about understanding these particular things that happen, and whether we don't feel like it's important, or whether we feel like we don't need to, or whether we feel like niggas is crazy for studying astrology, the fact remains, before we deal with it, we don't know, so we deal with the particular darkness. So with this energy, when it's onset upon you, a square of this magnitude, there's gonna be people that's holding on to negative energy, and there's gonna be people that are not doing anything about this negative energy, because that's just the darkness. So once you progress into astrology, this is when astrology becomes important. You understand a planet. So the planets that I'm talking about in particular are Neptune and Mars. Neptune is what we call the seat of the soul, or the pineal gland in esoteric astrology. Mars is more or less our electromagnetic active force for which we move. So if Mars is our actions, then it must be our central nervous system, that which is the thing that propels us to move. It's not our legs, it's not our arms, it's not our mind. Like all of that shit don't matter unless our central nervous system is active. It controls everything. So putting these things together, your pineal gland and your central nervous system, it's very easy to get into a meditative zone and tap into this energy and rise above it. Now, I said that. If I didn't say that, then you would be holding on to a negative thing, and you wouldn't be doing shit about it, because you don't give a fuck about astrology. So boom, we illuminate ourselves to what I've just discussed. Is this making sense? So I've illuminated myself to what I've discussed, so I instantly let go of the pain, right? Because I understand I'm dealing with my pineal gland, I'm dealing with the seat of the soul, I'm dealing with my ancestors, I'm dealing with, you know, everything that has been transpiring spiritually from me has came from my Neptune, has came from my pineal gland. And I take this energy, and then I get little things, little hints. Do this, do that. Stop here, go here. Say this, call this person. Oh, I'm getting this spiritual insight, or I'm having this dream. But, you know, that's Neptune by itself. But we have a conjunction with Mars, so therefore we're dealing with my central nervous system. So I take that energy, and now I'm the cause from that energy. Boom. And now, since I'm dealing with the new moon, and I've understood the square, because I'm fully into the astrology now, I've illuminated myself, I've let go of the pain, I'm being the cause because I'm dealing with my pineal gland and my subconscious mind, and I'm working my way through the Sagittarian new moon energy. Now I deal with the result, which comes at the full moon, and the result plays two ways. Because if I let go of negativity, then that automatically creates love, optimism, and trust, and that is the result. And really, what more could you ask for? Or you could deal with a level of rewards, a level of luck, because you've really illuminated yourself and you consciously have let go of what has ever rose to the surface, because something negative has transpired between 3 days ago and now, my nigga, that you're dealing with. So this is the process that I'm trying to illuminate people onto, and you can take it or leave it however you want to do it. Or the shadow could be complacency, vanity, and misfortune, because you took a negative thing and you did not do the alchemy. You did not illuminate yourself. You did not focus on, okay, this is the problem. Why is it happening? How do I get over it? How do I let it go? How do I illuminate myself? I need to get to a place of optimism. And so that is a Hood Mystic exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. You won't find that on no astrology YouTube nigga talking shit page. So the Nishakra of the week. No, before we get to the Nishakra of the week, give me a second. I had another slide. Here we go. Mercury goes direct this week. Gotta talk about that, because now we get to the core of why people be hating and why energy don't want to see you propel. And trust me, don't get caught up in the people. Understand that, you know, some of these people is zombies, right? Some of these people don't really have no souls. They sold their souls for material things, and now they're just instruments for spirit to fuck with you, because you ain't down to sell your soul. You still trying to cultivate your soul and learn your soul. And matter of fact, my nigga, I am my soul, so I can't necessarily sell myself. So therefore, here we go. And here you are working with your spirit, being creative, being the best person that you could be, because you in your creative mind. But then you got people on YouTube, you got people on your job, you got people in your neighborhood, people that know you, people that's in your family, people that you fuck with. They competing with you low-key, silently. They've been watching you for years. Like, damn, he keep coming up. Damn, she keep coming up. She got another job. Oh, she bought a new car. Oh my God. She got a new man. Oh my God. Like, damn, you ain't broke no more. Like, and they go home and they be mapping your Facebook page and, you know, be trying to figure out, you know, your work schedule, when you get paid, and all types of weird shit, right? Because they got the competitive mind. You in the creative mind, like really trying to build your shit up, because you probably been struggling, probably done been through some shit, and now you like, damn, I need to change my life. And here you is changing your life, making your shit better for yourself, and niggas is hating. God, like, whoa, right? It's really, Mercury retrograde is going direct, but Mercury retrograde is in full effect shadow mode, baby. So when it comes to your success, when it comes to your money, whether it's people, whether it's energy, whether it's unfortunate circumstances that feel like blocking you from getting to where you need to get to, best believe it's a test. Best believe Mercury is a trickster figure, and it has to stir the pot a little bit, or else this shit ain't gonna be no fun. Who would want to play a video game where all you do is just go through levels and never have no competition? Then it ain't fun. Challenges, you know. Understanding kind of the flip side of all of this shit is very key to understanding this energy, which, you know, I'm fortunate to be in this position to be a researcher, somebody who's interested in putting this energy and this information forward, because it is so vital to, because if I wasn't dealing with it personally, I could be like, oh, let me read y'all some shit that I've been studying. Ooh, I'm cool. I know how to read and regurgitate shit, right? Like, I could be that person, right? But on some real life shit, right? I went through a whole scenario on many different levels where it was like, you know, you got to do some soul searching and really figure out what affects you and why it affects you and where is this negative energy coming from. Okay, now do your research. Now understand the energy. Now look into the astrology. Now look at the planets and see, oh, okay, shit, okay, whew. It's so fucking calming and relieving to be like, okay, I ain't tripping, motherfuckers is tripping, and I need to just calm down and focus more on what I'm doing and go a little bit more harder, be a little bit more profound, be a little bit deeper, take a little bit more time, go a little bit harder, be a little bit better, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if they mad, they about to get incensed. They gonna be fucking livid when this shit is over with, you feel me? Like, I just got started. I ain't been doing this shit for too long, you know what I'm saying? Like, and where I see myself is very much at a higher space, and I'm working with this energy. The Yasetha Nakshatra is the Nakshatra of the week, and like working with nakshatras is working with the new moon and how we work with it on the light side. Sagittarius, talk. talk. We talking about it. The dark side, much more of where it's not much more of a conversation. It's just much more of an idea. If I understand this energy, I just gotta simply embody it. So the Yesta Nakshatra, which means the eldest or the oldest. And so maybe you don't really understand that concept of the elder or the eldest, and it has nothing to do with age. I got 3 boys, and my newborn is way more mature than my older kids, and so much so I call him older brother. Like, I just know he more mature than them. He got more sense. So, you know what I'm saying? Elder is, and I was like that when I was kids, so much so that all my friends is 4 years older than me. Like, my friends was well out of high school, and I was trying to be with them more than I was trying to be in school, and that was probably why I dropped out. But this energy don't have to be so much of like you being a leader in life. It could be like getting a promotion or like on everything, bro. I know a lot of us got jobs and places of employment and things of that nature. Like, in some spaces, like, you want to elevate, like, you want to be at a higher position, like, you don't want to be at the lowest of the totem pole, especially if you going to work, you taking care of your family, you paying your bills and things of that nature. Ain't shit wrong with that. You understand what I'm saying? But ain't nothing wrong with trying to be the best that you can be in them spaces, because it's all relative to your spirit, even if it don't make sense. If you cleaning toilets, you should make sure them bitches is pearly fucking clean. I would hope that a person would walk into my bathrooms like, man, these are the cleanest bathrooms I've ever seen. God damn. Shit. I ain't never seen no toilets this clean. But no, if a lot of times you be like, I'm working as a toilet cleaner, I'm gonna be a half-ass toilet cleaner, but your spirit is responding to that energy. Even in your relationships. I'm trying to be the most passionate, most responsible, most loving lover, father known to man. Because that shit is relative to my spirit. Like, down here, you working for your spirit. The energy that you put into life, your spirit feels that vibration. And wherever you at is unimportant, because wherever you at, you can show up tomorrow and motherfucking knock somebody's socks off like, man, these is the whitest toilets I've ever seen. And it's like, god damn, what has gotten into you? Y'all is so funny. Or you can get these, you know, build-ups and, you know, prestige or promotions and things of that nature and feel like you done made it. That's how you can deal with this energy. And you can see how people take that little shit that they've been given and be acting real crazy and real weird about it, like you infringing on their territory and you just living your life. And so be very mindful of that too. This new moon is going to be very interesting. It's very funny and it's very powerful, and you can't be thinking about it in a way that you the most magicalest nigga on the block. You gotta really have some sense about yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got, things can be logical, things can make sense, things can be raised to the top and, you know, be worth something. And so we almost done. The tarot card of the week is the 9 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands signifies strength, and strength cannot be denied, in the same sense that nobody went to the gym, meditated, and started lifting mad, just throw 245 on there, man. My meditation was powerful. It don't work like that. Strength cannot be, you know, where people look at me like, oh, I'm this mystical, magical nigga. Like, no, we've been on this shit every day, bro. Like, we've been saying, we've been studying, we've been building, people have been coming, people have been going, but nigga, we've been focused on this information and energy daily. Ain't nothing magical about that, bro. Ain't nothing spectacular about me about that. Like, that's common sense to me. Right, John? You know, ain't no delusions of grandeur. Ain't no, you know, if I'm not tricking people or like telling people, you know, all you gotta do is nam-re-ho Q through this shit. No, it's gonna take some effort. It's gonna take some daily application, and you're gonna fall a couple times, and that's okay. It don't matter if you fall, it just matters if you get back up, and that's strength. To get back up requires strength. Anytime you fall, to stand back on your feet, that's strength. And to know that you'll be able to stand back on your feet is enough for me. Sometimes people fall and they don't want to get back up because it's too hard. But your confidence really coming into play with this new moon energy, and your confidence is being tested right now. And what are you going to do about it? How are you going to bounce back? How are you going to respond to your confidence being tested? I got a solution. The energy, the Orisha of the week is Obatala. Obatala rules Sagittarius. Obatala is one of those deities that you could deal with some water. Where, you know, I ain't gonna say Orishas require a lot, because that would be, I mean, if they require a lot, then I don't know what Orishas you've been dealing with for real. But the effort that you put into them is the effort that they give back to you. So sometimes me and my wife, we went over and beyond for an offering, and sometimes we just offer a glass of water. Obatala is one of those deities. He don't really care about you because he created you. And so if you deal with the mythology in a sense that your parents know you better than you because they lived a longer life and you just don't know shit. And so I wouldn't be wise, or I wouldn't be smart to just be acting like, oh, I'm part of the generation, I'm a millennial, I know everything. Like, that shit is retarded. Like, you can learn a lot from older people because they've been through shit. And even on a spiritual level, where Obatala is actually known as the elder, because even on a spiritual level, he one of those deities that know more than even maybe a spirit may know. A spirit might be playing games, or you might go to a spirit like, oh, I want to be in a relationship, and they'll be all for the relationship, and you know, it might not be everything that you want it to be. And it's like Obatala is always there in the background. Like, whenever this nigga get his shit together, he can come holler at me. A concept of Obatala is mercy. His number is 8. I identify a lot with Obatala in a sense, in a lot of ways, where I'm just super mature. And I'm not really concerned with too much of the shit that people my age is concerned with. And with that being said, it's allowed me to be a help to way more people than I ever imagined that I would have been able to help. And if I was so concerned with my own selfish needs, I wouldn't have been there for people in their time of need. And for me, that's the most important thing in my life. Like, to know that, you know, people respect me and I'm integral in people's lives, and it ain't like some weird shit. You know, we doing this shit every day. You know, the daily energy readings, they won't stop. We'll be here tomorrow morning, you know, chopping up some astrology and building. But, you know, this was for the new moon. This is going to be the energy that we're going to kind of, you know, reference as we do our daily energy readings, building up to this energy. And then Friday, you know, well, Thursday or Friday, I'm doing a powerful build with Ringing Stone Network, with a whole slew of magicians, magical people in the community that been in the game for years, like, you know, famous, you know, metaphysicians and things of the like, and, you know, I'm headlining it. So, you know, like, how crazy is that for a new moon in Sagittarius for me to be in that position? And like I said, I'm just now beginning, but my heart is pure, and ain't nobody about to stop me or hate on me enough for me to get to where I need to get to. You know what I'm saying? So if that was ever your dream or something you was hoping that was going to happen, that would be something that you should give up, because wherever I'm going is so destined that it's out of my hands at this point. It's been out of my hands for a long time, but, you know, I have my wife to bear witness on a lot of things that we just see and experience, to just let us know that the energy is with us, the energy is guiding us, the energy is protecting us, and we are, you know, on board with it, and we down for it. And that's what anticipation means to me. Oh, that sounded crazy. That's what the hell is that? That's what anticipation means to me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what it means to me, to anticipate, to know based upon what I've already been building on, and knowing that everything is going to be amazing. Everything is already, like, you know, however it turns out, my attitude and my perspective is that, you know, this is amazing. Because I had a wonderful perspective in way worse circumstances than this. And now I can only be nothing but grateful as things begin to get better and things begin to turn up. So, you know, with that being said, man, I hope this video was of value to you and it contributed to something that, you know, you could kind of develop moving forward and really take advantage of this energy and not let it go to waste. And not work with this energy and not set those proper intentions. Like, so much of the energy last week with the daily energy readings and coinciding with this video, and then moving forward next week into the daily energy readings, man, I hope that is really inspiring you to be great. Like, man, because that's where I'm at, and it's very much of a turning event where it's like being great is something that I've discovered, and it's something that I want to share. So, you know, what a wonderful day, what a wonderful build. I appreciate everybody joining me on this live, with the comments and the things of that nature. Man, y'all are great, man. Appreciate everybody, man, that's like been supportive. Like I said earlier, Patreon, people that know me personally, just everybody that's just like been building and constantly reciprocating positive energy. Like, you know, we need each other, man. Like, we need each other. So, you know, if y'all can come to me at any point, whether any day, you can click on YouTube and get some positive information, might get a laugh or two, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's what's up, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in, supporting me thus far. But I'm here to tell you, man, this shit has just begun, dog. Like, it's just the beginning. So, you know, shit about to be crazy, man. So yeah, that's the video. The new moon is Sagittarius. If you want to get in contact with me, please hit me up at hoodmystic@gmail.com. If you want to support this channel in any way, you can subscribe to the Patreon channel for as little as $1 a month. But you can subscribe more. It's totally up to you. But, you know, different options and things of that nature, man. I don't got nothing else to say, though. So I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.